I need to say up front, I still deliver for the same app. I haven't quit. People ask me why, and I don't have a good answer, except that quitting felt like it would mean admitting something, and I'm not ready to do that yet. This isn't a story about a monster. I want to be clear about that before I start, because I know what this channel is, and I know what people expect. There's no thing under the bed here. What happened to me is worse in a way because I still don't know if anything happened at all. I've been driving for a delivery app for about 2 years. Nothing special about it. Groceries, some restaurant orders, the occasional pharmacy run. When the app expands into that, you get a route, you follow the route, you drop the bags, you move on. The app optimizes everything. That's the whole selling point. It knows traffic. It knows which houses cluster together. It builds you the fastest possible loop so you can do more drops per hour and make more money. It's supposed to be smart. About 4 months ago, I started noticing a house on my route that I'll just call House 14 because that's how the app labeled it in my stop list. Not an address, just stop 14, which was unusual. Normally, the app shows the street address in the list. This one just said stop 14, Willow Court. No number. I didn't think about it the first time. Apps glitch, addresses get mislabeled. What I did notice eventually was that stop 14 showed up on my route almost every night I worked. Not every order. I don't mean the same customer ordered every night because delivery customers aren't usually that consistent. I mean, the position in the route was always there. Always the 14th stop or close to it. Sometimes it'd be stop 13. Once it was 15, but it clustered right around there, night after night, regardless of what part of town my shift started in. I want you to understand why that's strange. The app is dynamic. It rebuilds routes based on incoming orders in real time, and there's no reason a delivery to the same physical location would land in almost the same numerical position in my queue night after night, especially across different shifts, different starting points, different volumes of orders. Routes aren't supposed to have a regular seat. The first time I actually tried to pay attention to it was the night I tried to skip it. We can decline stops. It happens a house looks sketchy. The building's got no lighting, whatever. You hit skip. It reassigns to another driver. You take a small rating hit and move on. I'd never used it before that night, but stop 14 came up and something about it, I couldn't tell you what, just a bad feeling. The kind you get walking past an alley, made me hit skip. The app didn't let me. I got an error. This stop cannot be skipped at this time. No further explanation. I tried again. Same message. I called support the next day and the rep told me that error just doesn't exist in their system. There's no such message, no such restriction. Every stop is skippable. She looked at my account and said my delivery history showed I hadn't declined anything that week, which was true because it wouldn't let me. Pacing described the house itself sensory, specific, restrained. The house is a small, single-story, pale green siding. The kind of place that's been kept up just enough that you can tell someone still lives there, but not enough that you'd guess they cared. Gravel driveway. No car in it ever in 4 months. A porch light that's always on, even at 2 p.m. when I've had a daytime shift cover for someone. Nobody has ever come to the door. That's the part that took me the longest to say out loud, even to myself. In 2 years of delivery driving, I have had maybe 3 no-answer drop-offs total, because most apps now require photo confirmation and most customers are waiting, or at least nearby. At House 14, in 4 months, dozens of stops, I have never once seen a person. The order is always food, always something hot, always something for probably 2 people, a modest dinner order, nothing fancy. I leave it on the porch. I take the photo. The app confirms delivery, and by the time I'm backing out of the driveway, the bag is already gone from the porch in the photo I take for my own peace of mind 2 minutes later, sitting in my car before I pull away. I mentioned this to another driver, a guy named Danny, who's been doing this longer than me, mostly as a joke, like, hey, you ever get the ghost house on Willow Court? He didn't laugh. He got quiet and said, yeah, he'd had it a few times last year before I started on that zone. He said the same thing, stop 14. No answer. Food gone fast. He said he stopped taking shifts in that zone eventually. When I asked why, he said it wasn't the house. It was that one night the order confirmation photo the app autosaved to his history didn't match what he remembered leaving. He said in the photo the bag was positioned differently than how he set it down. Not moved far, just turned, like someone had picked it up and put it back. I didn't think much of that at the time. I think about it constantly now. 3 weeks ago, I started taking my own photos. Every time, immediately after the app's confirmation photo, specifically to check for this. For a while, nothing. Bag where I left it every time in my second photo. 2 Tuesdays ago, it wasn't. I'd set the bag down against the door upright, handles together, the way I always do. I stepped back, took the app's photo. I stepped back further into the driveway and took my own photo out of habit maybe 8-10 seconds later. In my photo, the bag had fallen onto its side. I want to be honest with you. A bag falling over isn't a haunting. Bags fall. Wind, an uneven porch, whatever. I'm not telling you this like it's proof of anything. I'm telling you because of what happened after. I sat in my car in the driveway for probably 4 minutes, which is a genuinely long time to sit outside a stranger's house at night when you have other deliveries. I told myself I was checking my phone. I was watching the porch. The bag was upright again when I left. I didn't see it happen. I want to be clear about that because every version of this story that matters to me is the version where I didn't see anything. I looked down at my phone to mark the delivery complete, and when I looked up, the bag was standing the way I'd originally left it, handles together, upright. I didn't get out of the car again after that. I requested a zone change the next morning. They approved it without asking questions, which somehow bothered me more than if they'd pushed back. Like they'd been asked before, I don't have an ending for you. I never got an address for that house beyond stop 14. I never saw a resident. I never saw whoever, if anyone, opens that door. I told you at the start I still work for the same app. And that's true, I just don't take that zone anymore. And I've never asked to see if stop 14 is still assigned to somebody else's route, some other driver's 14th stop night after night, in a position the algorithm apparently isn't willing to let go of. Some nights I think about calling and asking. I haven't yet. I don't know if I will.